These plants on the windowsill are forgotten behind some cobwebs. The same goes for this German-style house located somewhere in France, which was once occupied by the Belmili family. The house was abandoned for good in 2016 when the last member of the family, Mrs. Marie, died of old age, a few years after she lost her precious husband, Mr. Alfons. In old age, she suffered from deteriorating health. Her bones became weaker, and a year before she died, the woman had a hip displacement. All that now remains of the house is a sad undertone of the life that once took place here. Today we will take a look behind the walls of the house and take you into a new documentation of a life that previously took place here. Good morning everyone from another beautiful house in France. This is one of the most modern houses we've seen on the strip, but despite that it's very beautiful and it's been abandoned since 2016, was owned by the family 𝗦𝘁cie.
And actually this house doesn't look that French, but yeah, it's logic because Germany, French, it's pretty close, but you can tell it was indeed an elderly couple that lived in here. I mean, have a look right over there. And we guess they eventually passed away because of illness and the place got neglected.
Exactly. So abandoned since 2016, but there's already enough signs of decay. I mean, not only the spiderwebs, but the ground is very dirty. Also looks like people have been searching for valuables, like burglars. The television is very modern. Some coffee on the table.
Well, what is also pretty fascinating is look, we have this chair over here.
Oh yeah, and even a straw, so you can tell it was an elderly man or woman, because they always drink with straws. There is even like a meal. It's like melons, still in a plastic thing. The last meal was probably eaten here before the former occupant of this place passed away.
Well, and that's why you can tell it because of this chair. This was the sexual chair.
That's so sad to imagine.
And also,
oh, probably for a week back.
yeah, true.
Look over here. That's the Mona Lisa.
Dark statue.
This is actually a card and it's wishing a happy new year. Those people were probably friends of them. They write a letter saying that they were wishing them a happy and healthy 2014. And over here it's saying warmest regards, Anne-Louis.
Well, and then look over here, Mo. Don't you think this jacket is so modern?
Yeah, definitely for an elderly person.
Yeah. Some drips. and underground. We actually have a complete collection. I don't know what the English name-
Diapers?
No, it's for women when they are on
Oh.
the period.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I don't know the English word either.
Yes, just some cosmetic products over here.
Yeah.
Pretty strange location for it, but
Look. Stove over here. There's medicines.
complete box filled. Then we have a mattress right on the ground. Seems like somebody had a sleep over here.
Yeah, somebody spent the night here, I guess. Probably a homeless person which found a way in. And why not? If you can get a free shelter and
Yeah,
don't have to
true.
sleep in the cold outside air.
Indeed.
Of course, the first is rather favorable.
Well, and let's have a look at the hallway.
Wow.
Actually, a pretty German style.
Yeah, it's definitely not typical French. The lamp is though. It's typical French, but have a look. So this was the main door where the people would walk in each and every day when they came home. You can tell for how long the door has not been open already.
What is this? It's a decaying, for sure.
It's like a little book with
Yeah.
advertisements.
Advertising indeed.
Look. It's supposed to put on your shoes.
Yeah. Just some other decoration and
This was for the neck. A lot of like tools.
assistant tools, yeah.
Exactly. Crucifix is very beautiful.
Power generator. And we have this, well, I wanted to say old, but pretty modern.
This is very modern. We have a similar one at our house.
Yeah. And then over here we have the heads.
Crazy. Looks like they also had a bird.
Oh yeah. And again, for assistance.
Was definitely an elderly couple. The couple 𝗦𝘁cie living in the place. And then this was their main living. And I think this is the best room inside.
Oh yeah, this definitely is.
Like, have an overview of this room. And let's immediately start here in this corner with the vanity, and that's the typical French clock.
Well, what do we have in the vanity? We have a lot of purses. You can tell that
People went
looted
through it, yeah.
because they are all empty. And over here is 2 cents. That wasn't worth enough for them.
Nah.
I guess there was still money in this place.
Yeah, me too.
We have over here.
Some clothes.
Oh yeah. Soap. What is this?
Actually over here, wait, if you can hold the cam, that over there are some x-rays. So we say 𝗦𝘁cie, but it's Belmili.
Okay.
It's quite familiar though, but those are some x-ray photos, and I already scanned them when I was taking pictures before we started filming. And those pictures are all about a hip replacement, because the person living here, if you turn out the light, you will see it properly. Just hold it.
Alright. Well, yeah, we can see it now.
Well, the human hip. This person probably had an injury, a hip injury, or a femur head necrosis. And those are some more detailed. This is also an overview.
Yes.
And then this one is actually very detailed.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually holding it upside down, but have a look. You can clearly see it over there. Very interesting always to find medical stuff. And then most of the times this is by elderly people, because your butts, your bones, they get weak when you get older.
Mm-hmm.
And you are more prone to have injuries when you grow older as well. But we're gonna put it back. The x-rays were actually from 2015. So 1 year before actually the last occupant passed away. And let's hope they passed away in peace. They died in peace, and yeah. Let's go on with a respectful and thoughtful exploration of their beautiful home. So actually, over here was the main table. You can see here will be the salt and the pepper, some oil, maybe even some liquor inside. This is actually a book, but there's like a leather case on it. And I think it was a little Bible. Let's see. What's actually
written in it?
Yeah, and I saw like a religious picture on a page somewhere. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely about religion. Yeah.
Well, put it back.
Yeah, it's very, very tight. But I really like that leather case for a Bible, so I want to put it back the way I found it, of course.
But by the way, bro, wait a sec. Over there, the blue one.
Yeah, that's also medical. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, those are the feet.
Oh. Yeah, these ones you can see better, way better.
They are more clear.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see where it went wrong. Oh, you can see it over here, I think. You see the little toe?
Yeah, that doesn't look...
It's completely inversed.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an inversion injury.
Well,
but despite the medical stuff, let's tour around through the rest. Over here was actually a cabinet. Wow.
Stuck?
That's unstable. It's not stuck, but...
Oh, the cabinet is unstable.
Yeah. Have a look. There's a little Eiffel Tower.
Where is it? Right over there.
This is broken. But it's actually about... the person was 85 years old. She turned, or he turned 85. No, it's Marie. So Marie was the woman's name. And this was made for her birthday. And now it's broken. It's so sad. But now you can definitely tell that the people reach an old age.
Yeah, true, true, true.
Well, I really like the cobwebs over here. Just all the dead plants.
And over here the dead plants. Actually some fake flowers. Now we have another cabinet.
Yeah.
Well, I already see something inside.
Okay, so the man's name was Alfons and the woman's name Marie.
Okay, okay.
So it makes sense. Alfons et Marie.
Wait, what is down there? I saw a golden thing.
I think it used to hold jewelry. Those are those jewelry boxes. You can tell, still a watch inside.
Oh yeah, true. What is the brand?
Kenzie.
Okay, okay. Yeah, there is still some jewelry actually inside.
But some also have been looted.
Well, to be honest, bad looters. Normally everything is gone.
Yeah, well, I think it was only one group of burglars who found it. Because the place is still very unknown in our community.
Yeah.
Have a look over here. And also don't forget to zoom in on the objects.
What is the Maria statue?
Yeah. You can again tell that they were very religious. Also by the crucifix over here.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ. Look, the vacuum cleaner here on the ground.
Very funny, yeah? Actually, I was laying there in the middle of the room.
Yeah, and then right in front of this bed. And have a look just on this frame, how they made the bed inside of the wall over here. And it's probably because the people, they got older and they could not walk up the stairs anymore properly, so this was actually their place to sleep. And they even had a television over here. It's a quite big room.
Yeah, but you know what is actually pretty heavy? Is if we look closer down there, you can literally see that the floor is sinking.
Yep.
Did you see it?
You can also see it by the cabinet, which is completely crooked.
So, well, and actually right above over here, we have the decay. And
look at the tiles.
Oh, over there. It's very beautiful, man. And how is the bed?
It's not wrong. There are some red droppings, but I'm sitting in a red dropping free spot right now. But this is actually really unique.
From this side?
No, just I mean the room in general, how they made the bed here in this living.
Yeah. Well, and then actually we have this beautiful chandelier over here. But to point out what I wanted to say is, over there, look, it's the same room, but I don't know why this was in front.
This was actually, I think, just for privacy.
Yeah.
And then again, a stove to keep this cozy home nice and warm during winter times when it was rather cold. And also still a lot of their clothes and towels waiting to dry, but they are dry and they would never be put back where they belong because they were just left neglected. So let's go on to the kitchen. Over here, the refrigerator.
Well, should there still be something in it?
Yep, the drinks, some juice, and some chocolate.
What is the date?
That's some mayonnaise, and that's some chocolate.
2016, and chocolate is from 𝗦𝘁cie𝗿𝗆𝗆. No, I can't see the date on this one. I think it was on the package. Wasn't expecting actually that there will still be something inside.
Look, there is like a trading game for football cards.
Remember that from earlier days.
Yeah, when we were younger. Oh yeah, it's just like a normal kitchen.
Yeah, over here, gas pitch, or gas pitch, electric.
Little furnace.
Yep. Just looks too modern actually, the kitchen. What are we running?
No.
Only spiders inside.
This is cool. The kitchen tools.
Everything in one, huh?
Look, those candle holders there. And also the very cozy wallpaper with the coffee grinder, the coffee beans, the fruits, some salt. Very nice.
And then, how is this thing especially called?
A mixer, and I think they loved to make cakes.
Yeah. Well,
this was holding all their china and plates. And the food products.
They love making it.
Oh look, some Kinder chocolates.
I love these, man.
Me too, but I think not in a decaying state.
Here. And over here still some flour.
Yeah, I think they baked a lot.
And they love chocolate.
Probably chocolate cake or brownies.
Oh yeah, just everything. Nice spoons.
This was probably like a granny living here, making these cakes for her grandchildren.
Yeah. And then eventually passing away.
That's how life goes. And by exploring these homes like we do, you actually really get aware of the impermanence of life. This is just the aftermath of a person who departed this earth, and yeah, all their belongings, they were just left unloved. Nobody's caring about them. Even burglars have been inside, and still nobody even notices that everything is still inside laying here, and yeah, it's sad. Well, look over here underneath the staircase was like such a little secret room for some additional storage.
Oh, actually shoes.
Yeah, a lot of them. Some jackets and plenty of cobwebs. So, let's go upstairs and show you the bedrooms. So there we are.
So walking upstairs and yeah. What is this, stove?
Yeah, it's again a stove. Plenty of stoves in this place.
Well, actually, let's see what's inside of here.
Oh look, there's still some canned food. A religious painting there.
Indeed, so many religious things.
Look, all the wallpaper here in the ground.
It's just peeling off, huh?
You can barely see the chair over there anymore. So have a look at this room.
This was like another living, but then upstairs.
And it's very, very decayed for only 2016, which is about 5 years. You can see what such harm 5 years can do to a property.
If nobody still cares about it.
Oh man, there were living spiders crawling there on top of the ceiling.
I know.
But a very, very big one.
Where?
Well, the wardrobe is empty here.
The floor is squeaking and creaking so hard.
It's the wardrobe, which is squeaking.
No, but the floor.
Oh yeah, seems the floor is in a bad state.
Yeah.
Look again, Portuguese style. This wooden cabinet. Also the Jesus statue on top. And what would be inside? A lot of blankets.
Yeah. Not the special find, huh?
Nope. But I just love the decay and just the ceiling and the bars of bricks which have fallen on the sofa. And look over here. It's actually a statue of a dog. Cute.
Well, what do you think about...
Yeah, I notice it and I think...
It's from the Second World War.
Yeah, and probably this was Alfons, the man in his younger days. I'm not sure, but I think that would be and make the most common sense. Also this little doll over here, like... Alright.
Let's see. Strange that there's a mattress on the floor.
Yeah, again, like a person who was not the original occupant just slept there.
Yeah.
You can see also the record player over here. And there's actually still some records right next to it. Oh, well, the lamp is very German.
True. Again, a religious painting.
We have seen this one so many times. And then, wow, look at not only the puppet over here, which is quite airy to be honest.
True.
But I really like this picture.
think it was the man back in his days.
Yeah, me too. When he was a child, Mr. Alfons. Also the clown.
This one over here.
So this was another room here on the upstairs, and it seems that this room is quite messy. And very tight too. But, no.
It's going to the attic.
Yeah, it's going to the attic, but I was warned that these stairs are falling apart and you should not walk there.
Okay. Well, shouldn't do it then. I think then this will be the last two rooms actually. And this was the main bedroom.
This one is looking so pristine. Like it was never even left.
It's, you know, things are not standing right anymore. It's strange, huh? Again, Jesus.
Yeah, everywhere. Look, the pillow over there.
The roses, huh?
Yeah. I think the wardrobe is still holding all their clothes. At least that's what I'm expecting.
Yeah, it is.
Unbelievable. Keeps surprising me all the time that people just seem to have walked away and nobody ever cared about that stuff. Over here, another beautiful clock. And actually, what are these chairs doing here?
I don't know, but they don't, you know, they don't look like they belong here.
They are definitely not French either. They are like Italian,
Yeah.
I would say.
And then you have this beautiful, detailed
Picture with a bird. I think this was Marie. And then the last room to show you in this cozy home is a room which is not very beautiful. It's messy, it's decayed. Over there, some boxes, probably still filled with shoes. And then right over here, there is a wardrobe. Still some lost pieces of clothes hanging. But I guess that was really the essence we captured of this very cozy and very homely place. So that was another beautiful exploration we did here in France, and we really want to thank Alfons and Marie for having us. Let's hope they lived a happy life, and if they passed away, that they died in peace. And in the end, sincerely hope that you enjoyed it as much as we did exploring this place and also filming it for you. And if you did, you know the drill, guys. Please hit that like button and also subscribe to our channel right down below. And leave your opinion in the comment section right down below. If you want to support us, consider becoming a Patreon supporter. You will get cool rewards. Or, for example, buy some merchandise. You saw Raymond rocking the EX hoodie. It's very cool and you can buy it. Just the link is in the video description, also down below. And in the end, you always know what we say. Thanks for watching, peace out, and we will see you on the next adventure.